that they put out the number 2 seeds, Matsuyama and Shida, the Olympic bronze medalists. So in this half of the draw, we still have 3 seeds left: Iwanaga and Nakanishi, and Tina and Tan, and Fukushima and Matsumoto. So the pair from Hong Kong, China, are announced into the arena. First, Yeung Na Ting and Yeung Pui Lam. Well, the Chinese combination, Jia Yifan is a left-hander and Zhang Xian is a right-hander. And between them, they've been in 4 finals here at the China Open. Not only has Jia Yifan won 3 titles, but Zhang Xian was beaten in the final last year when she was playing with Li Wenmei. So the first meeting between these 2 pairs, not altogether surprising, considering that the pair from China only formed their partnership at the Korea Masters last November, or they were supposed to. They withdrew from that event, played the Kumamoto Masters and the China Masters 2 quarterfinals last year, before deciding that this was the set partnership to go forward on the next Olympic campaign. Well, wearing strapping on her left knee is Zhang Xian, which is a little bit concerning. We saw strapping on the left calf muscle of the left-hander last week in Tokyo when they reached the semi-final stage. Well, last week, the pair from Hong Kong, China withdrew. I don't know whether it was an injury or an illness. Perhaps Steen can inform us a little later as to which it was. This is Yeung Pui Lam, 23 years of age, and that equates to about 5'4". I went down 2 places on the world ranking this week to 17, have been as high as 12 just 1 week from the end of August last year. Yeung Na Ting is the older of the 2 at 26, but also the taller of the 2. Now, as you can see, they beat the Panda sisters from India, Rutupana and Sweetapana. 2 straight games, 31 minutes for their victory in yesterday's encounter. Zhang Xian is 25 years of age from Luzhou in southeast Sichuan province. We had the Super Series finals in Luzhou. That was in 2011. And her partner, Jia Yifan, won the title here with Chen Qingcheng on 3 occasions, as I was telling you, 2017, 19 and 23. She's playing her 8th China Open. She played her first in 2014 when she was aged just 17. So there we are. That's confirmed what I was telling you earlier. Beating the Olympic bronze medalists Matsuyama and Shida, coming from a game down in the opening game to win 21-11 in a minute shy of the hour mark. 21-11 in the deciding game, I should say. So Steen has been frantically looking at his computer as we look at our court officials for this one. Our umpire from Suriname and the service judge from Indonesia. So, Steen, have you managed to find out why they withdrew from last week's Japan Open?
I haven't figured it out.
No.
I'm still trying.
So the Hong Kong coach, Tan Bing Sheng, former Malaysian player, Malaysian coach. Tao Xiaoming, the coach here for the Chinese combination. I'm guessing, Steen, it must have been illness because I'm not seeing any strappings on either of the players.
Yeah, unless it's
a shoulder or back or something.
or an entry problem, visa thing.
Oh,
Who
yes,
knows?
yeah. Don't think that would be the case from Hong Kong.
Yeung Lam and Yeung Ting, Hong Kong, China. Left, Zhang and Zhang, China. Yeung Lam serve to Zhang, level play.
So it is the pair from Hong Kong, China, Yeung Ting and Yeung Lam, nearest to us, against the left and right-handed combination. Jia Yifan immediately hits a winner. Well, they're going to challenge that. That seems very, very odd on the very first rally of the match. My instinct was it had held up with the drift and it probably had landed in. Yes, way in. Oh, it was out, my goodness. Out by a whisker. Good challenge. Well, there you go.
Challenge unsuccessful.
No, challenge successful. Yeah.
1 love.
Yeah, well done, umpire. We all make mistakes, as I've just proved. I thought it was in. No, there's no question of that. That was in.
Service over. 1-all.
So, Steen, just give us a little bit of background on the style of the Hong Kong pair.
Good pair, solid in their game. I think Yeung Ting, who is also the more experienced player, is also the ones with the biggest responsibility and primarily making the moves to the front court.
Service over. 2-all.
It's hard to counter the attack from Jia Yifan.
Well, they made a bit of history, didn't they, the pair from Hong Kong, China, at the Paris Olympic Games last year, because they became the first women's doubles pair from Hong Kong, China to win a match at the Olympics when they beat Annie and Kerry Xu of the United States of America. Finished third in the group. Group of 4, of course, at the Olympic Games. That's a big high lift, and it was woefully short too. Zhang.
I was asking a little bit too much from the drift there by Jia Yifan.
Nice. Oh, it's a little bit flat. It was lovely positioning in between the two Chinese players. Well, Yeung Ting and Yeung Lam had a great start to their partnership. They won their first 4 finals that they reached, and those 4 finals were in the first 5 tournaments that they played together. 2021 Bahrain International Series, and then the Bahrain International Challenger event, And then a year later, the Portuguese International Series and the Polish International Challenger event.
So a pair that's also started their way towards the Super 750, Super 1000 enrollment in the continental circuits.
Yes, we talked about that yesterday, and what a good thing that is for the development of pairs. That's a super flick serve, isn't it, from Zhang Yifan? There's many a women's doubles player that's been deceived by that. She's done it again.
9-4.
Second flick serve and second outright winner. It's wonderful.
Took that early on the midcourt area, Zhang Xuxian.
Yeah, good placement. Well, she just apologises. Zhang Yifan went up 2 places on the world ranking 2 days ago. Did the Chinese pair to number 7, and I think that's, in all honesty, far more realistic and will mean, Steen, that they get seeded positions from now on.
Yeah.
Service over.
So they don't run into second-seeded pairs in the first round like
here.
This tournament.
Yeah.
Service over, 11-5, interval.
So it's been a very convincing start by Zhang Yifan and Zhang Xuxian. 11-5 the advantage.
Coach, take your seat, please. Play.
So the 6-point advantage for Zhang Yifan and Zhang Xuxian as play resumes.
12-5.
Struggling to get into the rallies at the moment, the Hong Kong pair. Gosh, she held that for quite a while, didn't she? That serve. Well, Steen, we know that Chinese pairs are incredibly strong and have been ever since they entered World Badminton in 1980, or was it 81? But when you look at their record here at the China Open, 29 of the 33 previous women's doubles titles to pairs from China. That's 88%.
And then 2 for Korea.
Yep.
And 1 for Indonesia.
Yep. And the last one? You know it. I know you know it.
I do?
Yes, it was only 7 years ago.
18. Did the Danes win?
No.
No?
It was Matsutomo and Takahashi.
That's right, the only Japanese pair.
Yeah. But that's astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Boy, that's good play.
And on top of that, not only have they won 29 titles, 20 of the finals, of the 33 finals, have been all Chinese affairs.
Yeah, it's not totally surprising. Also because they had not only strong pairs, but they also had depth.
Yes. Well, they've still got depth, haven't they?
They've still got depth, but not to the same extent. Perhaps the other nations have become stronger, but in the last, basically ever since 2014, I think, they haven't been as dominant as they were in, for instance, the 10 years prior to that, between 4 and 14. Japan has done well, and that's also why it's a little bit surprising that they only won one title. Oi.
Yeah, well played. Well, they're giving a masterclass at the moment, Zhang Yifan and Zhang Xuxian. Super return. I know it was a little bit lucky, but it was still good.
I was just about to say they can't really get out of the service situation, the Hong Kong pair. When you play the near side here, it's imperative that you are on the attack, or at least in the control of the rallies, and that has been difficult for them.
Service over, 87.
Well, I think we ought to make mention of the fact that this Hong Kong pair, for a third consecutive year, in only their third appearance here at the China Open, through to the second round, it looks as if it might be difficult for them to progress further and reach their first ever quarter-final at a Super 1000 event. But you never know with the change of ends and therefore the change of drift. But that's consistent play for the Chinese, for the Hong Kong combination. It's too long.
9-18.
Service error.
Service over. 19.
From Yeung Na Ting.
Yeung Na Ting challenges called out.
No, this is their second challenge. They were correct on the first challenge, which was on the first rally of this match. Well done, line judge. Got it absolutely right.
20, game point, 9.
So game point opportunities for the former champion Zhang Yifan with her new partner Zhang Xuxian. Opening game, 21-9 in double quick time. Only 13 minutes.
Zhang Xuxian, 21-9. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So the Chinese combination, Jia Yifan and Zhang Xian. One game to the good against the Hong Kong-China pair of Yeung Na-ting and Yeung Pui Lam. Good combination play. During the timeout, Steen, I was just contemplating what we've been discussing with the dominance of Chinese pairs winning the women's doubles here, 29 of 33. I mean, that is extraordinary, isn't it? What is it that, because the level of Chinese women's doubles players wasn't any different whether they were at the Indonesian Open or the All England or the China Open or, you know, Japan Open. Why has it been so difficult for either other pairs to win here in China, or why have the Chinese been so dominant at their home event?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think I have the answer to it, but I have a few suggestions. I mean, first of all, previously there was more or less free entry into the tournaments before it was made the world ranking to decide, and still I think some pairs are deferring from playing China Open because the level is so high. That means that there's some spots for local Chinese pairs that we don't normally see in international tournaments. At least that's the case back when I was coaching, so 20 years ago or something like that.
That's a very good point.
There was maybe 12 to 14 Chinese pairs in the tournament, and they all had a really, really high level.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they can't get into the tournament because if they don't play internationally, they simply don't meet the criteria where it's selected in terms of the rankings. So where a number of these really strong but still local pairs made it difficult for international opponents in the early rounds. I think we had it to some extent in Europe, where some of the European nations, when they played in England or Denmark, then they selected other tournaments if they had that choice. Then it's being in familiar circumstances and targeting this tournament. You always want to do well in your home tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, two very good points.
And of course, but that doesn't explain why the other tournaments hasn't had the same dominance. But in general, I think the Chinese women's doubles players, the female doubles players of China, they have been stronger athletes compared to the other countries. They've just had a very, very good
well, I think the Koreans, and in recent times, as you were alluding to in the opening game of this, the Japanese have been very strong. I think the Koreans have been as physically strong as the Chinese women's doubles players.
Yeah, I just don't think they've had the same. I think China's been good at letting each player develop individually and then find some pairings that suited them really well, where I feel that the Koreans previously, for a period of years, had players that more or less played the same style. They could actually mix. If they had 8 top players, they could mix them, and they could all play with each other because they all played the same style. The Chinese, in my opinion, a little bit more dangerous than their competitors.
Nice block. I like that.
3,
Lovely
7.
shot from Yeung Pui Lam. has gone wide. I like the idea, though.
Service over. 8-3.
And they're still facing problems, Yeung and Zhang, even though they're playing on the better side, because they have trouble taking control of the rallies. And it's not a big problem playing the near side here if you're attacking all the time, especially not in women's double.
Service over. 9-4.
Yeah, they're racing through this at the moment, Zhang Yifan and Zhang Shuxian. Almost at the mid-game interval of game number 2, and we're only a fraction over 20 minutes into the match. Forgot she was a lefty. 11-4 at the mid-game interval. And Zhang Yifan and Zhang Shuxian, I think, are looking extremely confident, buoyed by their victory yesterday over the Olympic bronze medalists. They seem to be going from strength to strength.
Put 1, 20 seconds. Put 1, 20 seconds. 11-4, play.
So 11-4 in the second game, having already won the first. Zhang Yifan and Zhang Shuxian.
Service over. 5-11.
Beautiful drop. Beautiful.
This guy's drop shot. I think the difference in playing strength here also signals that we have different levels in women's doubles at the moment, because Yeung and Yeung won just as convincingly yesterday as it looks like Zhang Yifan and Zhang Shuxian is going to win today. And I think we have these 8, 9, 10 pairs perhaps that are seeded and really contenders for the title. And then I think we have approximately the same amount of pairs who is amongst the chasers looking to break into that top 10 group. And then we have a third group of players who is sort of finding their feet in terms of playing the biggest stage tournaments, coming from the continental tours, but not necessarily dominating the continental tours.
Yeah.
And there's an opening in women's doubles that's not really there in the other disciplines.
Yeah, I agree. Well said.
That's a good one.
She put that away with venom. Yeung Pui Lam. Nice.
One of the first rallies that really qualifies for the Hong Kong pairs video library, in my opinion. Yeah, well,
Service over. 8-15. Willem, get ready quick.
That seemed to be quite a big swing of the racket from Zhang,
Yeah.
and possibly why she mistimed it and therefore hit it into the net. Oh, that's a pity. Willem was there.
Over. 16-9.
Look where she was standing, Thostine, on that front service line. I wonder whether she should practice a little bit back when her partner's about to smash it, and then start moving forward as the smash is crossing over the net.
I think so. Or perhaps just stay back and, I mean,
That's
look at
nicely
if
taken.
the Chinese are blocking the smashes from her partner, then she can move forward. If they're not blocking any smashes, then she should move further back. That's also helping her partner in terms of covering the rotational side of women's double.
Nice.
Service over. 17-10. That
3 points away from the third round, which of course is the quarter-final. Super return of serve. That's wonderful from Yeung Ting.
11-18. Service over. 19-11.
Match point opportunities. 27 minutes this match has been in progress so far. Oh goodness, that's very long. Very long.
12.
That was an indication of how much drift there is in the arena.
Well taken. Second match point opportunity is duly converted. 21-9, 21-12 in just 28 minutes. And that is what you call domination. And a wonderful display by Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian.
Match won by Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian, 21-9, 21-12.
So they'll be very happy with the way they've backed up their first round win against Matsuyama and Shida. And I said I thought they were growing in confidence the whole time. And I think that match proved that theory. So confirmation once again of the score, 21-9, 21-12 in, well, on the official match clock, it's been rounded up to 29 minutes. So coming up next, we'll have men's singles, and it's the Asian Games gold medalist Li Shifeng against Ng Ka Long of Hong Kong, China. Welcome back to the Olympic Sports Centre complex here in Changzhou, and we turn our attention now to men's singles. The Asian Games gold medalist Li Shifeng of China up against Ng Ka Long of Hong Kong, China. So as far as the men's singles draw is concerned, as you can see, this is from the top half of the draw.